Now that we've worked out how to use trigonometry to find sides, we're going to use trigonometry to find the missing angles in a right angled triangle. Remember, at the moment we're only dealing with right angled triangles. And we start these questions exactly the same way. The only thing that's different is how you actually find the angle on the calculator. So the first thing, label our angle and our sides. Hypotenuse, adjacent and opposite. Well, I want to know the theta, and I know O and A. O and A, we're going to use this now, SOHCAHTOA. O and A is tan. Because at the top of every page, you're just going to really quickly write SOHCAHTOA. That's what you're going to write so that you can spot which rule you need to use really, really quickly. So O and A, we know is tan. So we have tan, don't forget to write the angle, theta, because you can't have tan on its own. Tan theta is, the ratio for tan of theta is 5 over 10. And theta equals, and then the calculator will do everything for you. Now I told you with the last examples that you can never split up the tan and the theta. They're stuck together. But the calculator can split them up for us because it's got everything already in its memory. So to get rid of the tan on the calculator, you need to press Shift tan. Now I'm going to write it down only this time. Shift tan 5 over 10. That's what you're going to write on the calculator. And then you're going to get the answer. Shift tan 5 over 10. Don't forget to close the brackets. And you should get 26.57 to 2 decimal places. But of course, angles are usually measured in degrees, minutes and seconds. So remember that little degrees, minutes and seconds button that we used last lesson? You need to press that button now. And you should have this written on your screen. 26 degrees, 33 minutes and 54.18 seconds. The calculator gives you the seconds as well. Now depending on your question, it'll ask you round the angle off to the nearest degree or to the nearest minute or to the nearest second. When you're rounding off a normal number, you always look at the number after it, and then you round up or down depending on if it's bigger or smaller than, hopefully you know, 5. If it's smaller than 5, then the number stays the same. If it's the number after it is bigger than 5, then you would round up. And that's because we're looking at numbers from 0 to 10, and so halfway is 5. So you would round up if it's bigger than 5, and you would stay the same if it's less than 5. Here, in degrees, minutes and seconds, you're practically doing exactly the same thing, except this time we're rounding off if it's smaller or bigger than 30, because there are 60 minutes. Just like there's 10 numbers, here we're talking about 60 minutes in a degree. So here, if we're rounding off to the nearest degree, we're rounding off to the nearest degree, so that means we need to look at the next bit, which is the minutes. Here the minutes are bigger than 30, so that would go to 27 degrees. Hopefully everybody gets that. Let's have a look at number 2. Labelling everything. I need O and H, that's sine. So I have sine, my angle equals opposite over hypotenuse. Remember, to get rid of the sine, I need to go shift sine on the calculator. So I'm going to press shift sine 12 over 15 equals, I get 53.13, but I don't want it in terms of a decimal because it's an angle. I want it in degrees, so I'm going to press the degrees and I get 53 degrees and 7 minutes. If I needed to round that off to the nearest degree, I would be looking at the number after it, which is the minutes. That is smaller than 30, so it would be 53 degrees. Next one. This time it's alpha. I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Hypotenuse, adjacent, opposite. I'm given A and H. Let's have a look. A and H is cos. So cos alpha equals adjacent over hypotenuse. How do I get rid of the cos? The only way you can get rid of a sine, cos or tan is by pressing good shift on the calculator. So we go shift cos 12 over 30 equals, close the brackets, equals, press the degrees button because it's an angle, 66 degrees and 25 minutes, that's if it's to the nearest minute, and if it's to the nearest degree, that's smaller than 30, so 66 degrees. Are you getting the hang of it? Thank goodness. Lucky last, hypotenuse, adjacent, opposite. I've got O and H. O and H is sine. Sine alpha equals opposite over hypotenuse. I need to use the calculator. Shift sine 2 divided by 8 equals, press my degrees, and I have 14 degrees to the nearest degree because 28 minutes is smaller than 30. I hope you all understand how to find an angle. So we've now done finding a side using SOHCAHTOA and finding an angle using SOHCAHTOA. The only thing left now is to do the wordy problems. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe.